Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, it's the fastest growing sport in America. It's pickleball. We'll be talking to the owner of Fort Worth and Hurst, Pickler, next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
All right, we're proud members of the Glen Eagles Country Club, and pickleball has become phenomenal. I mean, half of the tennis players are now moving to pickleball, and so I'm curious about it, and I've never actually picked up a racket and started to play, but I'm a fan of the idea that a sport can come out of nowhere and suddenly become the most popular sport in America. To talk about that today, Zion Meer, he's the owner of the Fort Worth and Hurst Pickler. Thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely. So happy to be here. Appreciate it. You got to try it out, Jeff. It's amazing.
I will. Now, thanks to you, I will try it out. Now, I'll have to go visit one of your locations. So you started out a player, and then you decided to buy a franchise. So tell us that journey.
Yeah, I was just like anybody else playing at a Pickler in Utah. And I loved it so much, got into it, and I said, man, I could do this. I should build one of these for myself. I just loved being at the facility so much. And so I ended up being the second franchise owner for Pickler and bought some locations for Fort Worth. And my dad was the general contractor.
Oh, wow.
And so, because he has his own general contracting company over here. And my great uncle is the architect. So it's kind of turned into this awesome family affair where I had never been able to do work with my family before. So that was kind of a blessing in disguise.
Yes.
And now here we are. We had the first location open in May of last year and the second one last Saturday, and it's been a huge blast.
Wow. Well, congratulations on your success. More on that in a minute, but let's give you a rich history of the 60 years of pickleball in America.
This is 60 Years and Growing, a brief history of pickleball. 2025 marks the 60th anniversary of pickleball. So let's go back to when it started. It's 1965 in Bainbridge Island, Washington. The game of pickleball has just been invented on this very court by guys wearing really short shorts. Court number 1, as pickleball purists affectionately call it. The originators of the game are 3 friends, Bill Bell, Joel Pritchard, and Barney McCallum. Using wood paddles and a wiffle ball, pickleball began as a combination of ping pong, tennis, and badminton. It's a game that everyone can pick up. As pickleball grows into a sport, it develops its own unique rules, like the non-volley zone. Ever heard of the word dink? That's what happens around this zone. A lot of heated games and progression happen on the McCallum's court next door to Court 1. Some people call this Court 2. Here's one of the original players, Scott Stover, who played at Court 2. He's on the pickleball box set created by Barney McCallum's company, Pickleball Inc. Scott now owns the property where Court number 1 lies, and he's showing us a really cool shirt someone made of his picture on the box set. By the way, Scott is the first ever doubles champion in pickleball, but that's a story for another time. As we celebrate pickleball's 60th anniversary this year, we want to honor the game's original spirit. Barney McCallum was quoted as saying, "Pickleball is a game of placement over power. It's a game that started with wood paddles and was a way to bring people together who wanted to socialize as much as they wanted to compete. And that's why we're excited to announce we'll be hosting wood paddle tournaments in August for National Pickleball Day. Happy 60th anniversary, Pickleball, and thank you for giving us all a place to connect, dink, and compete."
That's very cool, because I think a lot of people would be surprised to learn it's been in this country for 60 years. So why the phenomenal success in the last few years?
I think COVID changed a lot of things in this country, right? I think it brought a lot of people together and asking themselves, what can we do? And so they started, I think that's when it really got popular. And now with the wave of social media, I think social media also helped with that. And now there's a lot more facilities being built like mine. And I think the community just keeps on growing and growing and growing.
Yes. You told me a great story about a father and son. Will you share that with us?
Absolutely. Man, it's phenomenal. There's a lot of smaller facilities around and community centers and gyms. And so there's this father and son. Son's about 11 right now. And they were playing at a local facility and didn't have the best interactions with other adults that were playing, because as you can imagine, there's probably not that many 11-year-olds out there playing pickleball with the adults, right? So adults weren't that kind to him, and the son would always come home and express this to his dad, and was a little bit deflated. Well, a couple months ago, they joined my facility in West Fort Worth, and I see them there training all the time. And this little 11-year-old has a great drive. It's really fun watching him. And last weekend at my grand opening, the father and son were there, and they played the local pro, Noe Cleef, who attended our grand opening. And this father and son, they played Noe, and they just had a blast. And the son, who's this 11-year-old, was just so confident and had so much fun. And you know, if you're a parent, you could see that, just the joy that was expressed from the son. And so they came off the court after playing, after having some great rallies, some great back and forth. And the dad is almost in tears and is just so grateful, which made me almost in tears, because they had the opportunity to find this joy on the court and bond together, and to allow his son to find the confidence and self-respect and discipline that comes with playing team sports.
Wow. Okay, I want to talk about your locations. We've got some video that we got off of some of your social media platforms. Let's go ahead and roll this, and I want you to narrate the video so we can talk about this. This is West Fort Worth.
Yeah, this is last May of 2024. The grand opening there has 11 courts, 38,000 square feet, beautiful mezzanine. We hold a lot of tournaments there. It's a fantastic facility with almost 700 members now. And this is the Pickler Hurst, which happened last Saturday. And we had over 800 members attend that grand opening, or 800 people attend that grand opening. And it was awesome. There's 12 courts at this facility. And we have everything you could think of, a community room, bathrooms, showers, locker room, paddles, balls, bags, shoes. There's so much to do there, and so many fun people. It's been amazing to get to know the community here.
And what I love is, all ages, demographics. I mean, it is kind of a sport for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, that's amazing. It's a multi-generational sport. It kind of excludes, it doesn't matter the race, even, a lot of times weight. Yep. It doesn't matter your age. There's all sorts of diversity that can hop on a pickleball court. And the amazing thing is you can hop on the court with almost anybody. You don't even need to know their name. Right. And you could just bond instantly and play the sport with them.
And as you already pointed out, I mean, it's a welcoming sport. So when people come in to one of your facilities for the first time, they're not a rookie. They're like, hey, come on, let's take you on our wing.
Yeah, we definitely try to do that really, really well. The pickleball community is ever growing, and it's well known to be a large community, because you need 4 people to play most times. There's singles, but doubles is way more popular. And so you need to have multiple people on the court to be able to play the game. And so it's great. We have a facility where people can increase their skill level and find that community and find a social aspect and have more friends.
Okay, let's talk about the art of pickleball versus tennis.
Sure.
So do you think, is pickleball an easier sport to pick up?
I would say easier. I mean, tennis is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but everybody would say it's probably a little more technical, right? It takes a couple more years to get used to it. And I wish I had actually come from a tennis background, because I'm jealous of people when they have that beautiful ground stroke that tennis gives them. Right. They have great discipline in tennis, but pickleball is a little easier to get used to. The court's a little smaller, so you don't have to run side to side as much. And you're able to hit some more technical shots. And so the skills come a little bit easier when you're starting to play pickleball.
Sure. And I'm sure it's good for just exercise in general. I mean, notoriously, we're a very overweight society. So like if you're a senior and you're trying to keep in shape, I mean, pickleball is probably a little easier sport to pick up than, running marathons or anything else.
Yeah, it's probably a little easier on your joints than running.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that can do that. And I know people personally that have lost a lot of weight from actually playing pickleball. Yeah. Not to mention, it's probably a lot more fun than just running. I mean, some people might agree, but running on and on for miles a day, pickleball keeps you focused and dialed in on every single point. It's a fast-paced game.
Okay, you and I were playing a game right before the show. I said, okay, Serena Williams decides she's going to master pickleball. There's still a learning curve for somebody like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure she'd be really good, really fast with that tennis background.
Yeah.
And some people, when they come in with a ping pong background, you can tell they're better, faster, because they have that paddle background. But there's definitely a lot more technical aspects of a softer game in that non-volley or kitchen zone in pickleball, where you're doing what's called dinking.
Okay.
And you have some rallies up at the net that are a little bit different than in tennis. So it would definitely, if she played some pickleball pros, I think she would get smacked smashed right off the bat, but I'm sure she would, the skill level, she'd get there pretty quick. She'd be amazing.
And you're an empire builder. You're still a young man. Can I ask your age?
28.
28.
Yeah.
So you've got the world ahead of you. What's the dream? Where do you see this all going for you?
Well, the dream is to play pickleball with my kids and my grandkids. It's just multi-generational sport, like we mentioned before. But I'd love to build some more picklers in the Fort Worth area to have a great impact in this community, but also to be able to buy into some of the major league pickleball teams. Right now, if I wanted to buy into the Cowboys, it's $8-9 billion. It's a lot of money.
Correct.
Pickleball is just growing, so I'm hoping to get into the major league aspect of it before it gets insanely huge, because it's still growing, and to be able to develop and work with those pro athletes, because they're so fun to interact with.
Okay. In the final minute or so, look into that camera on the left and talk to the person who needs to get out there and pick up the racket.
Come check out the facility. Come just get on the court. It's amazing the joy that you will find when you hit this little wiffle ball with a paddle. It's so much fun to be able to hit some overheads, to hit some drives, to hit some dinks. There's so many fun ways that you can get into the sport, whether it's at a local park or some friends, and you can be a lot of different skill levels and still be able to have a good time on the court any day of the week.
Outstanding. You've been an amazing guest. We're going to end with the website, which is pickler.com, and you can navigate to his page, both Hurst and Fort Worth. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jeff. You're amazing.
You bet. Thank you. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.